everybody. Welcome to an episode 19. 19.
Yes, 19.
We're about ready to get to 20. Isn't that scary?
It's terribly scary. I did have a mess up.
How'd you mess up?
So, when I set the new episodes to come out. One was supposed to come out today, and one's supposed to go next week.
I know our Memorial Day one's not coming out till like Halloween.
What are you talking about? It came out. It is out today. It's not the Memorial Day one. It's the guy from Memorial Day one. But when I went on and checked it this afternoon, it hadn't dropped yet because it was wanting to be dropped September 30th next year.
Oh.
So I didn't drop it until like 4 o'clock.
So you dropped it like it's hot.
Like it's hot.
And you're fired now.
Exactly.
So I had to fire him at least one time.
One time.
Okay, you're about ready to take the shot.
I am
already.
ready to take the shot.
Because that's what we do. We run it in, Screwball,
Yep.
which if you're listening, please promote us because we love you guys and we love the liquor.
I love Screwball.
We love Screwball. But let's introduce our guest before that because he's going to have to talk and take a shot with us. We have Brandon Ard, who is Kyle's brother.
And your brother-in-law.
And my brother-in-law.
What's up, people?
Yeah. So he's going to run us down on what he does for life, and maybe you might need his skills sometime down the road. So we'll make sure you get the information for that. And, you know, let's make this happen.
Cool. Sounds good. Let's take this shot. Screwball it is.
Scold.
Cheers.
Oh, so delicious and smooth.
So
Everybody goes,
so delicious.
It is good,
It really is. I enjoy it.
but it's whiskey. I mean, you're going to have that.
If I drink whiskey, it's not Screwball.
Well, you drink
that's-
whiskey for a whiskey drinking. This
Well,
is
you're drinking Screwball on our show, sir.
Yeah, no, I am very aware of that fact. I'm very aware of that fact.
So usually we run down the organizations, but I think I'll do that at the end like I have been doing because if you've been listening, you've heard them.
If not, then
If not, then you'll catch
hear
them at the
Yeah,
end. I
exactly.
mean, you'll catch them one episode. I mean, if I do forget. But so Brandon, tell us a little bit about what you do and what you think about me. No, I'm kidding, because I know where that's going to go.
You know exactly where that's about to go. No, so I am a videographer, photographer, and video editor, freelancer that just kind of gets to travel the world and do some cool shit. It's a lot of work and it's a lot of long hours, but the end product is always worth it, and I have a lot of fun doing it. And I've gotten to do some crazy just things that like you wouldn't even think of possible for just, you know, I'm a person from the Midwest that didn't really have a background in this, and it just kind of so happened that people I knew just wanted to help out, and I had an interest in it, and I was able to, you know, move forward on that career path, and it's been a wild ride.
So you
since the beginning.
You say videographer and editor and stuff. So what kind of videographer stuff do you do? Who do you do it for?
So a lot of what I do is for Tony Robbins, behind the scenes. I work with a fantastic team.
So can we fill the people in on who Tony Robbins is real quick?
So a lot of people will know who Tony Robbins is. A lot of people will not. But Tony Robbins is the original life coach. I typically don't like to talk too much about what it is I do, because you do have some people that are really into Tony and can get really, really like, oh my God, you do this for Tony Robbins? How amazing is that? And it is an amazing career opportunity. It's an amazing job, and I love every second of it.
So it's like being blessed by an angel.
I mean, kinda.
I just made him lost for
Tony,
words.
I hope you listen to this.
Me too,
I
Tony.
hope not. I hope not. He doesn't even know who I am.
He said he's behind the scenes.
And a lot of it I can't talk about. You know, I can talk about the things that I've done and seen just in my experiences being able to film these things. But, you know, I am under an NDA, so there's a lot that I can't talk about.
So your job is taking you places and things that you've never had dreamed you would do.
Yeah.
So fill us in on some of that. Like what kind of things have you got to do with being a videographer and editor?
So I've been to multiple different countries all
Which
around
ones?
the world. I've been to Amsterdam. I've been to...
It's not a country, but yeah, sure, go.
Well, Netherlands, Amsterdam.
Wow, your
and
brother's
Netherlands.
cracking in on you now.
Yeah, what the fuck, Kyle?
Hey, you
Fuck
said
you, Kyle.
countries, and then you
Countries.
listed
So,
a
like,
city.
I know. I went to, I guess, the Netherlands, right? That's where Amsterdam is?
I thought it was Germany.
No.
No.
Oh my God.
I could
See,
be
and
wrong,
you're giving me
you know.
shit.
It is
Hey,
the Netherlands, by
is
the
it?
way.
No, so I'm wrong.
Or it's Belgium, one of the two.
Yeah, it's one. It's. I feel like it's.
I thought Amsterdam.
Now
was
we all
something-
sound stupid.
Yeah, now we got to Google that.
Yeah.
No, don't Google that shit.
Because I
Google's
thought it was
wrong.
I should
Okay,
Google
let
that.
him finish his story,
Okay.
Kyle. Germany.
Yeah, Germany.
Hey man, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I mean,
You should have to take a shot
It is.
for
It's
that.
it's the Netherlands. Yeah, I say you should take a shot.
no,
I do
we
too.
did not say that beforehand. So screw you all.
Well, that's because you just sounded dumb.
Fuck
you're
you.
being a bitch.
I don't care.
Germany.
I'll be a little bitch.
All right, finish your
so
story.
I've been to the Netherlands. So Amsterdam, that was a fun one. Got to see some cool stuff. Got to go to a coffee shop, if you know what that is, in Amsterdam.
yeah,
But like, I didn't get to stay very long because then I just grabbed a space cake and left. And I was like, I'm just gonna try this.
How was it?
It was a good time, except life started to fall apart right when it started to kick in.
We've all been there.
I got lots of texts right as it started kicking. I was like, oh shit.
That's when you just turn off your phone and you just like ignore life.
I couldn't. That was too big. But and then I've been to Cairns, Australia.
Australia. Now
Yeah.
that's a place that I wish I could go to.
Me too.
It was cool. I mean, a lot of the problem is like I get to go to these cool places, but I don't get to see anything, right? Like I get to sit in the studio.
You're like
or-
stuck at the resort and the studio
Yeah,
all
there
day.
is opportunities on some of these live events and some of these shows that I've gone on over the years.
But
'cause
you
I've-
can still say you've been there, though.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've gotten some awesome food from places because I'm a huge foodie. But like Australia didn't get to do many cool things. It was like you wake up, you get to walk to the venue, you get to work until 2 a.m., and then you walk back to the hotel and go to bed. And I mean, that's pretty much all the shows that I worked.
Did you get to see a kangaroo?
I didn't
Oh,
because I was on the
man.
coast, right?
Oh,
like
okay.
Cairns is like the ritzy part, the almost jungle-y part.
Because I'd have
of-
like tried to steal a Joey.
yeah, right. And if I saw one, I might have. But like Cairns is that.
You would totally get drowned by
They would have put
by
on
a
an Amber
kangaroo
Alert.
man.
Someone stole a Joey.
They don't even care about them out there. I mean, they're like rodents.
I mean,
like big
people eat 'em as
rodents.
food, too.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's just big rats out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't like them.
Man, you've been to more countries than I've been to, and I've left the country twice.
I've never been to another
3 times.
country.
You
4
should go.
times.
It's really great.
I would love to go.
You just
I've
have
never
to make
been
it
south
happen.
of the equator.
I've never left the country.
You barely left. the
First time
state.
I did, I ended up in a sandbox.
I've
so
left the state
don't feel bad.
multiple times.
You went to Florida.
Texas, Colorado, Tennessee, Oklahoma.
Hey, Kyle, we're not talking about you right now.
Well, no, but he just called me out. Fuck you.
You've been
He
fired.
called me out.
You
He
fired.
called me out. He said, "You barely left Missouri."
Well, we're trying to figure out what other countries he's been to here. He hasn't even finished the list.
Okay,
That's
well, he
true.
can continue on. We have plenty of time, guys.
Well, I mean, you're cutting into his
Hey,
time.
you're cutting in. Stop.
Hey,
Go.
quit looking.
Wait a minute.
Oh, man, that took you a couple seconds.
Where were we? Cairns. That was cool.
Yeah.
It was the jungly part. I worked the Date with Destiny, so like those are the most intense shows that he has. They're 6 days, 15 hours a day. And so I'm on site shooting video of everything going down. I'm taking notes on what he's saying. I'm taking photos now. That wasn't the case back when I was in Australia, but now taking photos of the live events and the people and the events. And so I've also been to Costa Rica with them. That was probably my favorite trip. And I'm getting ready to go to Mexico.
Wow. So it seems like you have a pretty exciting career, even though you're kind of stuck working most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, the career itself is amazing. Like, I
But-
love what I do. It can be exhausting like anything else, but
Well, it also sounds like you've turned into the videographer, which makes you the photographer, the editor, and the sound guy all at the same time.
I mean, yes and no. So a lot of what I do is supported by everyone else on the team, right? This wouldn't happen without the entire
Okay, now he's
Like-
being modest.
team. Just because
You
like,
rock team.
what I do is I take a photo, right? Like I take some video. The space is amazing. Like Tony Robbins' virtual events are ridiculous because it's the same as his live events, except you can do it from the comfort of your home. It's great. I love it. It's just intense sometimes. It's very intense.
So define intense. What is intense? Like Is it the crowd? Is it the people? Is it the work ethic?
It's all of it. It's you have that energy because there is that energy around Tony and that whole space, right? And like I said, the team makes everything look good. You've got the LED walls, which is put up by the LED. The lighting is amazing because of a guy named Shipley. Like the sound sounds amazing because of my buddy Steiger.
So this is like a whole production.
Yeah. This is a whole production. Like we have
This ain't like I'm taking photos at your wedding.
No, this is full live event status, like some of the craziest things. Like, and there's a lot of pressure because you only get, especially with those magic moments that happen, you get that one shot, right? Or you get those 2 or 3 shots, and if you miss that moment, it's gone. And then,
so basically, there's no time to be sitting around. You're taking pictures all day long.
I mean, I wouldn't say that either. There's a good mix in this career, or at least for me, of I have to do them all simultaneously. I have to take the video, I have to take the photos, and I have to edit all of it together. And like I said, I do have a team. So you've got our protege, me and my boss's protege, who's learning everything, learning the ins and outs, which is what I did, who takes over montages and takes over some of the shooting of the video, whereas I focus mainly on photo, the main story edit, picking up some B-roll here and there when I have a chance, and then also editing the photos.
Okay, so also on top of that, you did make a video for me once.
Yeah.
And
it was fantastic.
I actually noticed that you put the music into it too, and to make the way you did it, and I watched you do it, was dumbfounding to me because it was like making a symphony out of scrap and edits and all kinds of stuff. So
I mean, yeah, what I describe my process as for most things is going to be like everything that I shoot, everything that I have is basically a big block of marble. And I know what I have. I know what's in there. I just basically have to sculpt it out, right? Like I take my job as a video editor and shooter is I take days and condense it down to minutes.
That's very impressive because a lot of people don't have that masterful skill to be able to make art like that. Like I get what you're saying. The analogy is great because like when you have marble like Leonardo da Vinci or whoever, they sculpted out of limestone or whatever, they have this slab and then they have to not make a mistake because as soon as they do, that whole slab is ruined.
Right. I mean, luckily there's a little bit more forgiveness with video editing, right? Because I can go back and be like, oh, I don't love that shot. I can change it. But there is that crafting something out of, there is a lot of stuff that you won't use. I can have 100 clips and maybe use half a second of each one to create a video.
I mean, well, have you ever, like, as a videographer, been videoing and stopped the video to capture a moment, like a still frame?
Luckily, I'm in a position where I do have multiple cameras, and it doesn't happen very often where I have to shoot both at the same time. I've done it to where I'll be sitting there rolling on film, or, I guess it's digital now, but like I'll be rolling with one of our cameras, and I'll be like, okay, I've got enough of that. Hit the stop record button and then take some photos on it and then start rolling again. So like there is a lot going on all the time. But back to the kind of sculpting things, like I said, you can have so much and get a video that's fantastic because you have so much. But then there's also the people who build the video around the shots they want. So there's two very different styles of doing this, whereas like I take a bunch of content and whittle it down, but then there's the other way of, and this is what you see on a lot of larger productions like film shoots and things like that, where you're creating the storyboard and the script and you're building the story before you even start shooting. What I do is the complete opposite. I have the story and I need to condense that down to tell a distilled story.
So where do you see yourself in about 10 years? I mean, do you want to be in the film production industry? Do you want to be a freelancer? Where do you want to go with this?
I mean, that's kind of the question I'm struggling with right now in life too, right? Is where am I headed? I've got a lot of stuff going on in my personal life that like is now freeing up and making me look at where are we headed? Where am I headed? What are the goals that I have for life? And in 10 years, I love what I do now. I don't know if I could say, oh yeah, 10 years I'm going to be this or this. I think I'm still figuring that out. But
but is your drive to be towards the film industry, or do you like your freelance job?
See, I like it. I like my freelance because it gives me a lot of free time.
There you go.
Right? Like I can get a couple clients and pay my bills. I wouldn't say that I'm well off, but it's enough to cover my bills and then some to go travel maybe a little bit,
So let's talk about this. If people out there wanted to get your services, maybe for a wedding because you do so well at what you're good at, or maybe a birthday party or something like that, how would they get a hold of you? Or a commercial.
So the fun part is
hey, man, I'm starting small.
I know,
build them
but
up.
Weddings are a one-time thing.
Yeah, but he can capture the most beautiful, epic moments.
I know.
So I don't think I'd ever shoot weddings.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Why not though?
Because
it's a one-time thing.
I know.
But you can capture that perfect moment for someone that's special.
Here's the thing. I'm not arguing that I could do it.
Right.
It's the fact that do I want to?
Okay, so would you rather do commercials?
That's the thing is like I know I don't want to stay.
Do you need a marketing guy?
Where I'm at.
I come up with the
How's
greatest
your marketing
ideas.
on these shows though?
Huh?
How's your marketing on this show?
Well, I can come up with great ideas.
Well,
I
that's
can't
just
follow
throwing
through
me
with
under
them.
the bus now. Thank you.
So it's execution is what.
Yeah,
we have
execution. I got the ideas. I just can't execute.
Execution trumps knowledge every day of the week.
Well, I can't execute.
Stolen from Tony Robbins himself.
Oh well, shit. Now he's throwing shit in, and next thing I know, I'm gonna have Tony Robbins sitting.
So
over
I feel
in
like
this
we're
chair.
missing some things because I know for sure that you do activities with Tony Robbins, though. You do some.
Well, not like directly with him.
He has an NDA, Kyle.
Not directly with him, but like
I know, but like with his
events. Some of the
Yeah.
events you get to do cool things.
Kyle,
Yeah,
are you
like
gonna
what?
get fired again?
Like what? What cool events have you done?
He has an
with-
NDA.
It's more about content.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And like things that go on behind the scenes, which is completely fine. Like the events, like I have like Costa Rica. There are some events that are really great. There are some events that are just more content focused.
And you showed me some of them.
Yeah, and then you've seen some of
The dancers
some clips.
and-
Yeah, you've seen some of the clips here and there, or maybe some of the photos that are on his social media. But like Costa Rica was an adventure trip, so there's a lot of different trips, right? And Costa Rica was an adventure trip. It's their platinum partners. They pay to be in this club, and they get invited to really cool trips. Tony's not actually on those, but like I get to go.
Oh.
I went and got to film it, and so it was 22 hours a day of work. But like while I was doing that work, I got to do some of the coolest experiences in my life. I got to go waterfall rappelling. I got to go whitewater
See,
rafting
this
in
is what
Costa
we're after.
Rica.
Mhm.
I got to go and. Gosh, what else did I do?
Dance with beautiful women.
I mean, I didn't. I was shooting. I was working.
But you were dancing with the camera.
You should have had to dance with one so
Right.
that you could.
So you could do like a POV of
I mean, that wouldn't have been bad. There was some. There are some shots like that in there, but like, got
the
to
woman in the white dress gets me.
white dress.
Yeah. I think it was a white dress.
Oh, Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Oh, she was a singer.
Okay.
Yeah, so she was on stage. I wasn't gonna.
Yeah,
dance
she
with
was
somebody on
beautiful.
stage.
Not as beautiful as my wife, but she was beautiful.
Good call, good call.
Yeah. What else did we do in Costa Rica?
How was whitewater rafting in Costa Rica?
So they don't do like huge.
Okay,
stuff.
that's what I was.
It was like
wondering.
2 or 3s.
Okay.
So
okay.
like somebody fell out of my boat and that was hilarious.
Time out. Guess what time it is?
Shot time.
That's right.
Oh shit! Let's get
Shiznits.
ready to rumble.
well, he's
Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off, but it's shot time.
No, you're
Shot,
good.
shot.
Do we do?
Shot,
how
shot,
how
shot,
often
shot.
do we do shots?
Huh?
Whenever
often
he
do-
feels like it.
Oh, fair enough.
Whenever I call it out.
I'll do one more, and then I'll probably change up the game a little bit.
Well,
Continue and talk. 'cause
there's
I
at
had to
least,
pull.
yeah, you can talk while he's pouring.
God, what else did I do? Costa Rica was just a blur, man. I got to stay by the
Let's
volcano.
go get another bottle.
Yes, you do.
I'm gonna say it. That was
Okay.
a good call.
You go get it, and we'll continue to talk without you because you're fired anyway.
I got to go zip lining over the canopies of the rainforest.
Yeah,
That was
that would be amazing.
pretty fun.
You know what? They wouldn't even let me parasail in Mexico
What? Because your lack
because
of
of my
limbs.
lack of limbs.
I mean I feel like that's
But,
pretty. You
okay.
could fall out.
I jumped off the Seattle building in Las Vegas with a harness on, and they're not going to let me parasail in the country that has the least likely fucking strict rules of any place in America,
That's true.
North America.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
I couldn't believe it. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I mean, because we also did during the waterfall rappelling. There was this one part where
Waterfall rappelling too.
Yeah, dude, that was the favorite.
Gosh.
Because there was this one part where they were like, "This is called the angel fall. You just jump off. You're not trying to rappel. You just let yourself go as far down as you can, and then stop yourself before you hit the ground." And I was like, "Okay."
That's
let's
kind of
do
like
it.
boot camp. They're like, "Hey, you're gonna rappel down this wall," and I just kind of zipped it, and I was like, "Zing!" And they're like, they yanked me. They're like, "You gotta hang on, dummy." I was like, "No, I wanted to see how fast I could go."
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. It was just like jump off this waterfall, and then of course, so I have my drone on me. I've got all my camera gear, and like it's in a bag. Luckily, it was in a water resistant bag, right? And like I just go straight through this waterfall because I didn't go nearly enough far enough down.
How often do you find yourself using a drone?
It depends on the event. If it's going to be if it's a virtual event, we don't use them because like the whole thing is virtual. Like we've got 16 or 18 foot LED walls, like 12K LED walls with people projected behind them, and that's kind of what we show. But
like if say it was like a mass event like in Costa Rica where I seen they had the tents and the singers and stuff, like would you?
That wasn't even a massive event.
Well, I'm just saying, like
something like that. Yes, we would. I would definitely grab a drone out, right? Like I'm not gonna grab a drone and fly it inside, but like if we have a cool thing that's gonna look cool, like surfing or jet skiing, like those things can look really cool from above. So it's all about
places you can't get to,
right? And like also, it just gives you a different vantage point, right? Because when you're thinking about video, you have to think about how each shot flows into the next. You have to think about what's the flow of the story. What does the story what emotions does the story invoke? How do you tell the story? And what visuals are you telling the story with?
Right.
And so, like, if you're just, I mean, you can make it work, but like, if you're just wide shot, there's nothing to get you interested in. There's nothing that's gonna really.
So, in your mind, is the editing already playing in your head as you're filming,
or are you winging it?
50-50.
Huh. I mean, like when you're filming, are you like, "Oh, that's gonna go good with this clip I got yesterday"?
Some days, like sometimes you'll be shooting it and be like, "Oh, I love this shot. I think this would go." And then you see the shot and your brain goes, "Ooh, this would pair perfectly with this shot that I got yesterday, or the shot that I got right before it." Right? Because like you're always trying to pair shots with another one. Like you're going wide establish.
You know what shot I'm going with right now?
The Screwball.
Screwball.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it was a perfect segue.
Scooter.
Cheers.
Ew. So smooth and delicious. Sponsor us, please.
But I mean, we could talk about what you've
was
done
that good, Brandon?
Where you've been all day long.
Yes.
But I want to make sure
it was delicious.
Yes.
I want to make sure that people that are listening, if they do want to acquire your services, know how to get a hold of you. What's a way they can get a hold of you?
I mean, so I do a lot of different things, right? So I'm not gonna say, "Oh, if you contact me for this one thing, I will or won't be able to do it." I also do graphic design on the side.
So you're
too.
open for most things.
Yeah, I can. If you are willing to pay me my rate, I'll do a wedding for you.
Let's
you know what I mean?
Go through a rundown of things you're willing to do.
Like I will. I'm not gonna
nugget
film porn. I'm not gonna film your nugget porn.
You're not gonna. Oh, see, you guys brought it in. You're not gonna film my nugget porn.
No, I'm not gonna film your nugget porn.
Why? Your sister wouldn't be.
Because I don't want to see you like that.
I wouldn't be naked. I'd wear a banana leaf.
I'm still good on the nugget porn. Or
what if he got some really hot chicks?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm still really
like. What if they fluffed you up after they
and
were
they
done
paid
with
you
me?
your rates?
Right.
They can't afford my rates.
Yes, they
nugget
could.
porn, they could.
I don't know.
I
mean, if you're willing
to see Todd naked,
yeah, there is no rate that I would ever.
Hey, man, there is a price for everything.
well,
Not that.
So if they offered you
just a
$20,000
ramrod.
cash
To see Todd naked?
to film Todd naked,
No, 100,000 minimum.
I film myself naked.
that is a price tag. I'm just
I
saying.
mean, I'll lend them the cameras and they can roll on it themselves.
I mean,
but
with
like,
$20,000.
But would you edit it?
No.
Why not?
For
You can pay
$100,000?
me to edit it for sure, and then I will.
I won't pay you. The girls will pay you.
If the girls pay me to edit this video, I will outsource it to a Fiverr
no,
that's
you
going to
won't
do
outsource
it.
it. You have to edit it yourself.
No.
Otherwise, I'm not hiring you.
Oh well, then I'm completely fine with not being hired.
Okay, well then.
You
know
can
what?
do your nugget porn on
Apparently,
your own.
ladies and gentlemen, he won't do anything for money.
Yep, unfortunate.
Not everything.
Not
Not everything. But
once again,
like, so I'm open to most things. Like, if you really wanted me to pay me to do your wedding, I know I could make some amazing stuff, right? Like, I've seen wedding videos, and I'm
what
like,
if my wedding included nugget porn?
then that would be an extra times 100 on the price tag.
I'll pay it.
So that would be $300,000. A wedding, I'm charging you $3,000.
Well, if I make a nugget porn, I'm probably going to have a jet plane, so I'll be able to pay you $100,000.
I mean, like a wedding, I'm charging anywhere depending on the day, how long, who it is.
What if it was just a bunch of nuggets running around having porn with each other? Like,
well, I'm not even gonna show up.
why?
Unless there's food provided.
Oh yeah, there's food. It's called.
It's good. It's good.
I don't
salad
want
tossing.
ass. I'm sorry. I just want real food.
Okay, let's get back to how they get a hold of you.
So I mean, my Instagram, you can message me at Bard889, but I mean, really get a hold of you. Truthfully, like
Get a
I don't
hold of
have
me.
currently. So a lot of what I do is with Tony.
I'm
so
not good at getting back at people.
I know. Or you know, when is the Fuckery End podcast? Like, just let
Yeah.
me know. But I'm not great at marketing myself, which is something that I know that I need to get better at.
Same here.
Same.
We can work on it together.
Absolutely.
We can hold hands.
I'm telling
Or-
you, you guys
can't
need to get
hold
video.
hands with
Imagine
Todd.
we can hold nubs.
I'm telling you, you guys need to get video on this podcast.
Have you ever felt his nubs?
One
Yes.
feels like
Okay.
a boob,
I've felt that. No.
and this one looks like a pair of nuts.
yeah, it does.
Peter Griffin's
So
chin.
would you? It's exactly what it looks like. It's
You
Peter
do.
Griffin's chin.
Oh,
Lois.
goodness.
But I'm not great with the marketing part. So a lot of what I do is with Tony Robbins. So I don't get to share a lot of that. So a lot of my personal stuff is things like what we did for you. So
You can use that anytime.
Which
man.
was a very interesting story.
oh yeah,
And it
there
was
are
great.
things, you know, and I'm of course my own critic.
Now we
and-
got to post that on the Windows of Fuckery End website.
It
Do you
is.
still have it?
Yeah.
It's posted
I
up
have
there
it
already.
somewhere, I think.
It shouldn't be posted up there already.
Yeah, it's like the first thing I post.
Not on Windows of Fuckery End.
Yeah,
Are you sure?
because it's about
Yeah.
Todd Nicely, and guess what? This show is about.
Not about
This
me.
one's about me.
It's about my
Oh, yeah,
guests.
yes.
It's about my guests.
Well,
until I
that's
make
what it
about
has
me.
evolved into. But at first, it was about you, man.
No,
and it's
because
still
next
about
we're
you.
gonna ask him what it's about me. But I like to let my guests talk about what they need to talk about.
Exactly, but
and then now we're gonna switch it to where it's about me, and we're gonna have a good old fucking time.
Yeah, he's a narcissist. Of course, he's going to switch to him.
oh, for sure. Always.
Wow, man. All right, so
Nail
my brothers-in-law
head.
think I'm a narcissist. You're fired. You're fired. You ain't filming shit, and you fucking get out.
That's fine.
I will, later.
So anyway, like I was saying, I don't do great marketing, but I will. Like I can do a personal
Well,
shoot.
see, I have great ideas.
I mean, if you got the ideas, I got the execution.
Okay,
But you
well,
just
then
got to be
see,
able to pay for the execution.
I can pay for the execution.
Yet you won't get cameras.
I'm getting them for Christmas.
Like if you got the cameras, I could come help you set up. I definitely think
No,
your space could be.
My
that
marketing
again,
is
but-
great. Like I came up with a commercial one time for Bud Light. And I was like, you know that commercial where they're like, got milk? Well, imagine a guy running into a backyard, stealing a 12-pack of beer and jumping over a fence, and it's like, got beer.
Got Bud Light. Could be a
Got
marketing.
Bush.
Nobody wants.
Or
Bush.
I even
That
thought of
Marine
Actually,
does.
I know.
I was mowing lawns
I
with
know.
my neighbor the other day, and I was like, dude, I could come up with a great commercial for a zero turn. If anyone wanted to give me a zero turn, any lawn care company or something like that, I could ride their zero turn, and I'd be like, oh, it's just like a piece of cake, except for you need hands for a piece of cake.
You'd have to do like a spin out, you know, like you're like a
Oh,
the
yeah.
drift, and
I'm
then
just
the camera zoom the
donut in
drift.
it.
You don't need hands for one of these.
Yeah.
So
You don't-
easy, you don't even need hands.
It's so easy. You don't need hands. I would say it's like a piece of cake, but you need hands to eat a piece of cake.
I mean,
And then it shots to you eating a piece of cake
with my
without you-
hand.
I mean,
with my hand.
honestly, it could be fun to do some spoof ads with you in them.
No,
Could
dude.
be
It would
really
be great.
fun.
Yeah, it would.
And I, you know, that's part of it is like getting the just doing, right? Like part of me marketing is just doing. Part of me getting out there and getting my work out and seen is just actually doing it. And I actually don't do much outside of Tony Robbins. Like I just started working with a company here in St. Louis, and they're fantastic. I love them. Shout out Splice House.
Well, in your free time, maybe we should start like shooting some spoof ads just to see what
Oh
happens.
hell yeah! I think it'd be so much fun, and then we can also post them to this.
Well, because
podcast,
Jake
too.
Huey, he's got one where I'm in an inner tube and everybody's splashing waves, and it's like wave after wave, wave after wave, and I'm like making this funny face and having
yeah,
a good old time.
we could definitely do something like that. But like I said, back to before we get too ADHD here,
Squirrel.
squirrel. If you want to contact me, just get a hold of them or message me on Instagram or Facebook.
So Kyle, tell them how they can do that.
You can email us at whendoesthefuckeryend@gmail.com.
Fuckery is FKRY.
Yeah, we got G. Yep.
Oh, cool. So like I'll do most things. Any photos, like if you want to do graduate photos, like I said, I'm willing to do things. It's just the amount I'm willing to,
Yeah.
If you're willing to pay me to do the things that I don't want to do, I will do them to an extent. I just want to put that asterisk there.
He will do things for you guys.
For you for money.
So are you going to come shoot my son's second birthday party?
I'm actually going to be in Mexico. Or I would have.
I'll pay you.
Not as much as me being in Mexico.
Yeah, I was going to say, man.
Because I did get to do fun things in Mexico.
Oh, yeah? I had fun in Mexico last time I was there.
What did you do, Todd?
Do we really need to go there?
No. Continue, Brandon.
No, I'm pretty curious.
Okay. Todd, spotlight.
Okay, so when I was in Mexico, I had this Captain
At
America
Bandcamp?
hat on, and it had a little cape on it.
Where in Mexico?
We were in Playa del Carmen. So
That's where I'm going.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going to Playa del Carmen.
That was the resort we stayed in.
That's
But
the
we
resort
went
I'm staying
outside-
in.
What a small world.
What a small world. Tell
we
me.
went outside the bad area, and Jake's pushing me around in this wheelchair because my legs are broken.
Yep.
We're not broken, but
We're gone.
They're
they're
gone.
hurt. And he's waving this flag, this cape behind me, pushing me real slow. And I'm going, yeah, I'm in Disney World.
I don't think that's very PC.
This isn't PC. But anyway, he's doing that. And all of a sudden, everybody's like, what the hell? And I'm like, listen, if you don't want to get mugged or stolen, you got to act crazy. No one wants to deal with the crazy people. No one's going to steal a crazy person and ask for ransom because then they got to deal with your crazy ass.
That's fair.
That is fair.
So then I pull up next. I have him sit me next to this lady who's typing on a computer. And I was like, hey. And she's like, what? And I go, I'm going to Disneyland.
I mean, so that's actually a cool story, a cool segue into. So one of the things that I do is actually working on a show, right? And he goes around the world and says hello to strangers, asks.
Oh, so we're getting high right now?
Maybe.
Yes, we are.
I might.
No, we are.
I'm not.
I am.
Yeah,
gotta
you
drive
can.
home.
Yeah.
I don't have to drive anywhere except for right to my bed.
But essentially, it's called Hello from a Stranger, hellofromastranger.com if you want to check that out. But that is a show we're trying to get picked up currently that is about my friend Adam Schluter, who would be a great guest, by the way.
Hey,
Talk to him. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, next
bring
time he's
him
in
on.
St. Louis, I think you guys would really, really love him. And basically, his story.
We gotta start somewhere, right?
Exactly.
In a quick nutshell, is he went through a bad breakup, and he was.
Why does it sound like your life?
Whoa.
I
mean, continue, Brandon.
Because
Ignore
we're
that.
I
sorry.
make dumb decisions.
We're sorry.
And consequences and actions have consequences.
Yes,
That's
they
all
do.
I'll say.
But anyway,
But so he was like, I am in a really dark place. I'm just moved to a new town with this girl. She broke up with me, and I want to, he was about to commit suicide. He was thinking one of his buddies had committed suicide. And he was like, I got to get out. And so he just came up with this crazy idea to travel the world, say hello to as many strangers as he can, take a photo of them, and then put the camera away, have a real genuine conversation with them, just try to get to know them. And so we're trying to get that show picked up, which is amazing because right now during COVID or like during post-COVID, you do have a lot of people that still aren't willing to open up to strangers. You've got a lot of people that recluse back and have been isolated for so long they don't know how to reach out to people. So we're essentially working on a project and a show that hopefully will get picked up and change that, right? So he went to Mexico, and we have this amazing pilot episode from Mexico of him just traveling around to even the sketchy places and just getting into conversations with random strangers.
I could so do that with him.
Oh yeah, I think that would be super fun.
Oh, dude, that would be great because I am just a people person. Sometimes
I was saying, I don't know, man. You sometimes grate on certain people's nerves.
that's fine, but you know what? That tests people's ability to be kind to others.
That's fair. Till you're in a sketchy neighborhood and they take you.
No, because then I act crazy.
That's true. But they might just take you just because.
So, Brandon, I want you to look at this book here, if you can grab it.
I thought you could grab it.
I
He
was
tried.
trying.
He straight up looked at me. He's like, I
know, I
can't
saw.
grab it.
But this was done by a friend of mine named
This
Devin
looks
Mitchell.
new. I don't think
Sorry.
I've seen this.
I'm smoking weed. This was done by a friend of mine named Devin Mitchell. Kind of shit you do. He went out and he took photos and did double negatives of people
Yeah,
looking
these
in
are
the
awesome.
mirror. And I feel like that's something you could do.
Are you in
Not
this?
to yeah, I'm in there.
Yeah, you have
It's
have
the
that as your
famous
Facebook.
picture
You
of
have that
me on
Facebook
Facebook.
profile.
Oh yeah!
Yeah.
Holy shit!
He took that picture.
Don't forget, we're a lot hotter in these mics now than you're used to.
Oh, sorry about.
It doesn't matter. We can yell and scream all
Well,
we
you're
want.
just gonna get clipping later on.
No.
You know what I mean?
It doesn't matter.
I would
I
pull
mean-
it away. Yeah, right there is a good sitting.
But I feel like this is something you could do in a different manner. Like,
I mean, so Hello from a Stranger does have a book out, and it tells these strangers' stories that he's gotten. It's a beautiful book. I definitely recommend picking up a copy of it. It's got these gorgeous photos, which are just like he sees, like his eye is fantastic. He sees somebody in the street and is like, "This is the perfect framing," and just walks right up to him. Is like, "Hey, I just saw this photo. I really want to get it." And then it tells their story next to it in the book, and like some of them are just really, really freaking powerful.
well, I truly admire this man, Devin Mitchell, because when I first met him, he came up to me and he
I love
messaged
this
me on
photo.
Messenger.
This one, the drag photo, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
He messaged me on Messenger and he was like, "Hey, would you like to do this Veteran Vision project?" And I was like, "Okay, whatever." He flies to my house, shows up in these Nikes with golden wings on them, flamboyant as a motherfucker. I mean, obviously, we all know what that means.
Yeah, for sure.
But after that, he ended up joining the military as a captain.
Really?
And then he called me back out to talk to guys that were coming in from TBI and TD or whatever that had been out for so long they had to go through boot camp again. So it was like I'm talking to these guys that had already been through boot camp on leadership and all this. But he made a complete 100. I never envisioned him joining the military from when I first met him.
Yeah.
And it was just a strange turnaround for me, especially when he picked me up in his Tesla and he was driving it laying backwards and sleeping while we were driving down the highway.
That's weird.
It was very crazy. I told him he needed to pull over and get me booze.
Did he?
Yes, right away. Okay, so I feel like we've hit a lot on Brandon. I feel like he's hit a lot of his story.
That's plenty on.
We will.
on me for sure.
We didn't hear anything about how he was raised or where he grew up.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they've heard your story, haven't you?
No.
Haven't they?
No.
No. Well, I was raised with Kyle.
Well, shit, man. I don't tell my story, so let's go.
I mean, we were raised on a farm. Like that's why I said in the beginning. like,
partially.
yeah, but like that's why I say like it's crazy to think that like
Man,
I travel.
We're not
the
looking for an
world.
autobiography here.
Hey. Okay.
That's what I meant when I said like
We
it's
got to get into the would you rather's and everything else.
We can
still.
do
We
It'll
don't
be
need to.
fine.
We were vibing good, dude.
Yeah,
we're
we're
doing
vibing.
good. Yeah.
I
Hey,
think we just cut this whole section right here.
No.
Well, I was talking
Here.
about the Veteran Vision.
No. Don't do anything. So what I was saying, what were we talking about?
You know what, Kyle?
oh the story.
growing
Kyle,
up.
Like,
mute your
that's,
mic.
That's why I thought it was. What is that?
That's the ADH get us back together squirrel thing.
Oh, that's funny. So what I was saying though, like in the beginning, was like it's crazy to think that like I get to travel the world and do these things just because of from where we were raised. Like, I don't know if anybody out there that's listening knows this, but Kyle and I mean, I was mostly raised on a farm, like 4th through 9th grade, like really those formative years. I was raised on a farm and didn't really expect to leave.
I would call it a ranch.
Yeah, I mean, yes, it is a ranch, but like the farm, the ranch, whatever.
Farm, ranch, same thing.
Mm,
Kyle,
no,
you're
they're
fired
not.
again.
Well,
Get rid of
no,
your
no, they're
thesaurus. Kyle, get
A
rid of your
farm, they
thesaurus.
grow abundance of crops.
Really?
a
Because on
ranch-
a farm, you can also have a pig farm.
Yes,
That's not a
but
crop.
if it's a ranch,
That's not a crop.
it focuses more on animals.
No,
Yes.
you can have a pig farm.
Yes, you can have a pig farm. You
Right.
can have a garden on a ranch
Pause.
too.
Hold on. Pause. It was pretty much all of them because we did grow vegetables. Maybe not surplus. It was a farm, but it was also a ranch because we took care of.
So it was
there
a-
was
we had-
horses.
it was a
Horses,
franch.
cows, pigs,
horses,
goats.
and the grandparents were going to open up a dude ranch.
Exactly.
It
So-
was a
And
franch.
it is also called the Seven Springs Ranch. So let's just call it a ranch and move on.
Seven Springs?
Yeah, because there were 7 springs.
Yeah, there were 7 springs.
That's right. I got the T-shirt that says it.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah, the blue one, the light
There's-
blue one.
there's
The first time I
T-shirts?
was ever allowed in the picture.
Fall Fest.
Yeah, Fall Fest.
I don't think
First time I was ever.
I only
invited.
have one.
Stacy brings them every year.
I've only gone to 2.
Oh wow.
Oh
That's crazy.
yeah, and I remember the one that you came to, and Brandon.
That was my last one that I went to.
Brandon. Well, let's just say Brandon, the photographer, first time he ever got high, and I told
Not the
him
first time.
not to, and he didn't listen about the pen, and then me and Kyle got sucked outside.
I
because-
remember on that one doing your makeup and you having a panic attack.
Oh
when you were
yeah,
back
I
to
looked
the
like I
room.
was dead.
But that's what. But back to what I was saying. Like it's crazy to think that like I was raised on a farm, moved to St. Louis when I was in freshman year, and like I didn't think I was gonna go. I was content with being a server my whole life.
Oh, I'm glad you're not.
I am
Me
too.
too.
Like I was like, yeah, I could see myself serving at 30, 40, I make enough, right? 30, 40 grand a year. And I was content with that until, obviously a woman came in and changed my life. And I was like, no, I'm not content with this anymore. And so like to think that I went from just living on a farm and not thinking anything of my life to being in a place where I get to travel the world.
It's pretty awesome.
It's insane. I wish I could take my family and my friends and my significant others
Me
with
too.
as much as I possibly could. It's just
We still got to go see Steve.
Yeah, we do.
what
I
is
love you,
everybody's
Steve.
obsession with Florida?
No, we're not going. It
Is
doesn't have.
Steve's not in Florida. Anymore,
He's leaving Florida soon.
He's going to Phoenix, Arizona.
But we got to go to see. We got to go see Steve. That's the
I
point.
wouldn't
It
right
doesn't
now.
The point
matter
is
where
going
he
to see
is.
Steve.
with the
Yeah.
flooding. I wouldn't right now,
Oh yeah, well,
dude. There's alligators out on the streets.
in
Hey,
Phoenix?
Florida.
I'm already chum.
Have you? But like, have you not seen that?
No, I don't pay
Because of
attention.
the
to anything.
hurricane,
Yeah,
it's
cool.
flooding the streets. I got a photo today of literally my buddy is in a boat paddling down his sister's street, and then they made a bunch of memes of like paddling like through like the Lord of the Rings like towers and
Okay.
stuff. It's hilarious in itself, but like, yeah, there's like just alligators swimming in the streets right now.
I'm really concerned about that hurricane because it hit South Carolina,
Yep.
Florida, parts of it. But where's it going after that?
Hopefully out into the ocean.
Well, we would hope so. They say in the Bible that, 7 catastrophes or whatever the hell it is. I don't know. I didn't read it.
So you're quoting, and you're like, "Oh, that says."
But
this.
you know what I'm talking about. People will know what I'm talking about.
Sure.
The apocalypse.
Yeah.
This is how it starts.
It
I mean,
could,
have
I
you
guess.
seen just in general the amount of natural disasters we've been having lately? It's been real
It's been insane.
it's been crazy.
Wait till California falls off the map.
I can't wait.
I mean,
I
it's
can't
just,
either. In the
it's
name of
just gonna
Tool.
keep burning more. I think it's gonna burn before it falls off the map.
That's
I'll
fair.
see you down in Arizona Bay.
I mean, really though, at some point it is gonna go underwater. But, like I like California.
All right.
You've never been to California though.
Yeah, but I know enough people.
Okay, it's not about the people. The place is awesome.
Hey.
Oh yeah, well,
I know a
that's
lot of people from Europe, but that doesn't mean I've been there.
I mean, true, but like, why would you want to get rid of? You guys are saying like Kyle's like, oh, get rid of California. He's never been there.
Yeah.
That's where the redwoods are.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Get rid of Southern California.
That's where San Diego is.
Yeah, get rid
Okay.
of Southern
I
California.
love San Diego. Is amazing.
Oh my God, I was stationed out there for so long. It was horrible.
Were you in Three Palms?
No, I was MCRD, but we used to go to San Diego while we
Mm.
were in SOI, which was Camp Pendleton.
Okay.
And so we would go down to Pacific Beach down in San Diego all the time.
Wouldn't that be weird? Oh wait, when did your accident happen?
2010.
Okay, I was about to say if it happened later than that, wouldn't have been weird because like Paul was stationed out there too.
Oh
Toby.
yeah, yeah,
No, I was out there in 2007.
Oh yeah. Paul wasn't even high school.
yeah,
Never mind.
Yeah, I'm an old fucker.
yeah. You are.
Yeah, you
All right,
are.
let's do would you rather. I want to get Brandon's take on all this since
All right.
we've run down what he's done for a living. We've kind of talked about it. Now let's get into an aspect of let's see
get
what
in-
kind
let's
of
get into
person he
that.
really is.
What kind of person are you, Brandon?
At this point in my life, a pretty solid one.
We're gonna find out right here.
At
Would you
least I
rather
hope.
instinctively know when everyone you know is going to die, but be unable to do anything about it?
That was a really long one.
It
Yeah,
was.
it was.
Or smoke the wrong end of a lit cigarette.
I'd rather smoke the wrong end of the lit cigarette. That's temporary pain. I don't want to know when my friends are going to die.
No, hell no. I want to know when my friends are gonna die. You know
Why?
why? Because I want to be there for them for every last minute of their life.
I mean, true.
That
but
you
like,
can do that without
And
them
make
going
fun
to
of them
die.
because they're going to
yeah,
die.
you can do that 100% without knowing that they're going to die.
Yeah.
You can be that friend at any point. You know
Right.
that, right? It doesn't
But-
have to be because they're going to die
But-
that you're going to be a good
no,
friend.
no.
Okay.
See, okay. Now you twisted that on me. I don't like that.
Of course not.
Exactly.
course.
But I'll take it. Right. It sounded bad. But I want to know when they're going to die because then when they die, I can laugh at them.
I mean, I'm going to laugh at them after they die anyway. So,
I wish someone would piss on my grave. I really do.
you know, in honor of you, I would
I
literally
bet.
do
Please
that.
do.
Yeah.
Honestly, like everybody's always like, piss on my grave. I'm like,
Dude,
you know
I
what?
might be
Please
crying
do
while
it.
I do it, but I'll do it for you.
Right. Piss on my grave.
Done.
Have you guys ever just like thought?
You know how many
about-
people I'm going to have come piss on my grave now after they hear
I
this?
hope
if we
I
get
hope a
big?
lot, honestly. I really do.
Hey,
I think it would be. I think it would be amazing.
It would be like an attraction. It was like $5 to pee on Todd's grave.
Actually, we're just going to pour out a bottle of Screwball over it.
Oh my god! After I pee,
After you pee. From drinking
no.
a bottle
No,
of
yeah.
Screwball.
one for the homie.
Yeah, no. You buy 2 bottles of Screwball.
You drink one.
One for the funeral that you drink, then you pee on his grave with the Screwball pee, and then you pour a bottle of Screwball on.
Yes, I like this idea.
I'll do that. I'll
I'm
do
in
that
on
for
it.
you, Todd. I'll do that.
I don't care if I'm 96.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, piss on my grave.
We both know that you're not going to live that long, Todd.
I know.
50 maybe.
Damn, Kyle, you're fired again. You're supposed to be like my quicker picker builder upper.
Hey,
bounty.
it's going to be awesome, and you're going out in flames, and it's going to be wicked.
I don't want to go out in flames.
Yeah, they almost did that.
Hey, Kyle, you didn't answer that.
He knows what that feels like, Kyle.
You didn't even do this yet.
I'm just the narrator.
No. All right. Okay, so it's me and Brandon then. All right.
Okay, would
Like,
you?
I feel like the front of the cigarette would go out really quick, too.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't really
You just-
burn very
if
much.
you did it really
No.
quick, if you just
Trust
like,
me. When you smoke the back end of the wrong end of a cigarette, it is horrible.
I'd still prefer that over knowing when my friends are going to die.
Not me.
And not being able to do anything about it.
And not being able to do anything about it.
If I knew about it, though, at least I could
I mean,
comfort myself a little bit.
I
Being
mean
like,
that's basically like, was it Death Note? You know, you just.
okay, this is getting sad. Let's move
Okay.
on.
Would you rather knowingly eat a
Get off your phone,
poison
sir.
ivy salad?
I've got work things
We're in
going
production.
on. I'm actually supposed to be working right now.
Well, we are working. This is production.
Am I getting paid for this?
Yes,
With
by love. We said that at the same time.
Love doesn't pay my bills, you bitches.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does.
It does. You know the
We're
saying.
we're giving you future connections.
How many people listen to this?
Not many right now.
just curious.
That's why I
Like, that's
said
just
there was
honest-
a lot for a little bit,
and
and then
on
we kind
you
of
know,
tanked
one-
it.
a round like the newest ones, they max out around 36 right now.
That's still solid.
Yeah.
One thing I was thinking you could do, just this
haven't
is
dropped one in 2
completely.
months.
I would put a clicker and just saying we're off topic and just like
No,
This is
see,
something
it's
that
not
you can
gonna
cut.
matter because Guy doesn't change it.
This is actually the edit button. It's supposed to
this is
show
how-
that you need to edit something here, but
Listen.
he never does anything.
Oh.
This is how I run my podcast. It's just free flow.
No, but what I was saying, well, this is just maybe an idea for you guys. If you just get one of those, like you get the waveform visualizers, and then you can just cut 10 to 15 seconds, and you have like it in your when does the fuckery end colors with like a waveform visualizer. You can put that up on your TikTok pretty easily. With
I have
even
no idea what you're talking
I
about.
have no idea either.
like you know what a waveform looks like,
No.
Hey, guess what?
like an
Hey.
audio waveform.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's our brother. He's my brother-in-law, and he's your brother. So he's gonna do it for us.
You have to pay me.
No. You should do it nicely to show us how to do it for one time.
What it looks
Yeah.
like when you're talking.
Yeah.
You would put that as a visualization on a screen with a background of like your green when does the fuckery end colors. You have the
Okay.
little when does the fuckery end gingerbread at the top.
We do need a new symbol.
Kyle, this is where he's gonna help us do one, so we can do the rest by
Yeah,
ourselves.
exactly. I'm 100% cool with that.
Yeah.
But like you visualize that, and then you can just even if it's not video just yet, you can start creating a TikTok audience to people who listen to podcasts and things like that.
Okay.
I don't know if they would do well, but like you could attempt it and
Yeah.
see how the audience.
I would
is.
be very interested to see how he makes one of these because I can't even picture it in my head because I'm not that tech savvy.
Neither am I. But yeah,
So I'm like, I
if
don't
you
know
can
what he's
help
talking
me
about,
do the first one, walk me through it,
and
I'll-
I'll watch.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll need to figure out how to do the visualization.
Okay.
Unless there's probably
Well,
an
even
AI
like
that
you
can do
said,
it, but-
doing clips of the show, like we're like a funny part, and we do a clip, and then we put it on TikTok, and it's like join in for the next episode.
Yeah, I mean that's how you would market.
It's basically doing commercials for yourself.
Yeah, podcasts are marketed by doing small clips that you find that are impactful that like people are going to come back to.
Like nugget porn.
Like nugget porn.
Like nugget porn. People will be like, "What the fuck?" You could probably do that whole riff. Just you might get banned from TikTok, but
I have been banned from TikTok like 8
every
times.
time.
Yeah, I know. But like if you did certain parts that would like spark the interest, and then you come up with like, "Oh yeah, come out and check out our podcast." And then you link is in bio, done. You know what I mean? 49 minutes in.
49. All right. Well, we just ran back to that whole episode. I want to get back to this. Would you rather?
Okay.
Yeah,
because
for sure.
we need to learn what kind of person Brandon is on the outside of his job.
Would you rather knowingly eat a poison ivy salad or accidentally grab a crazy glue instead of lube?
Oh, that is a good one. I think that's the first good match that we've actually had.
I'm not gonna lie, both of those are terrible options. you could die from eating a salad.
I'm not worried about the dying part.
I know you can die
made of poison ivy.
I know people that survived from breathing it in and accidentally burning it.
Well, absolutely. You could
stop
could
dodging the question. Where are you going?
No. I'm talking through both options because these are both horrid options. Because also, you use crazy glue as lube, you really hurt another person. You could kill that other person.
You could kill yourself too.
Yeah,
if you're jerking off.
So like,
where are you using it lube for? We don't get to understand that.
Yeah,
that's true. But like, also, I don't want to have to rip my penis off.
Okay, so would you rather eat poison ivy?
I think I'd rather eat poison ivy because that affects no one else.
Maybe we shouldn't have talked them through that. Because I was going to pick poison ivy leaves altogether. Because even if it is lube,
sure,
then but you could get stuck in a vagina for a really long time. That could be a good thing.
But imagine
you wouldn't. They would take you to the emergency room and cut you out pretty quickly.
No, I'd be like, no, she can stay wet. We'll stay here.
Oh yeah, because she's going to be like, oh yeah.
And that's what I mean. Like it could rip, and like that's a whole gross imagery. But
so then I get to be a lesbian.
But I could just hit myself with an EpiPen, take a couple things of Benadryl, eat that salad down.
He's adding stuff to the story. That doesn't work.
I said accidentally.
Either way, I would rather eat the salad.
I would say either way. I mean, I really can't see it messing up your digestion. I don't know.
I think that was one of the better.
Bella. On your face.
I think that was one of the better questions that we've had.
I would agree.
That was a difficult one. Usually they're pretty easy.
Neither of those were good.
But
options.
he wanted to try to take the cards out one day and mix them all up, and so he could make good pairs. I was like,
match them to make them better.
Be random. We need to
because
buy more.
we get very offset ones. Like when.
Well, that's why we take like a would you rather from here and then a would you rather from like grandparents edition and see what happens.
Yeah, we can try that.
Do
we want to do another one?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, let's do a couple.
Okay. Well, I don't know if this counts for Todd. Would you rather have amputate a friend's leg without painkillers?
Wait, you have to amputate the friend's leg?
Apparently, I only saw amputate.
I think we're all going to find out how sick and twisted I am right now.
Or have a condom fall out of your pocket immediately after anyone compliments you. I mean, that's really simple. I do that anyway.
Condom for sure. I don't want to cut off somebody's leg.
You're gonna cut off somebody's leg.
Yeah, I definitely
absolutely
am. Definitely am.
You totally saw it,
that was foreshadowing. 100%.
I'd just be like, oh, sorry.
I'd be like, oops.
I have a lot of sex.
Yeah. You can use this nub for ladder things. And I just saw it like this. No one can see what I'm doing, but
I can see what you're doing. It's disgusting.
I mean, people would be like, this guy fucks.
Yeah, like Ramrod. Just bam.
Condom falling out every time you get complimented. You're like, oh, sorry.
Oh, just once.
It's just one time?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a single time.
How often did you guys use condoms?
All the time?
All the time.
Not ever.
Well, on birth control all the time.
No, not ever.
Off birth control always.
Always, yeah.
Like, I'm surprised I didn't catch an STD.
I've only had sex with 2 women, so...
That's okay, though. At least you had sex, man.
Absolutely okay.
Okay, would you rather let out a smelly fart every time you orgasm?
Oh, yes.
Or find out your partner is really a prostitute hired by your parents?
Oh.
I know which one.
Does she love me?
That's not part of the question.
It's failure to launch.
Okay, failure to launch ends happy.
Yeah, because it's sick.
We're not allowed to talk about it. We just have to answer and then explain why.
If she fell in love with me, maybe. Like I choose that one.
Even though she had a high body count.
Okay. And
A high body count.
what does a high body count lower
Change.
a woman's worth?
No, it lowers the relationship.
Oh man, we're getting real deep here. This is like Oprah
Not
shit.
worth, but it lowers the chance of a relationship lasting. Statistically, it lowers the chance span.
Why you guys gotta fuck with people's brains right now?
Not worth.
They're probably
Is that
smoking
true,
weed
though?
listening to
Yes.
this shit.
Like it, they if you look it up, it's like after 5, it's like 30% chance the relationship won't work. Period.
Where's the science coming from?
Yeah.
Statistics?
I want
Okay,
But anything
Show
above,
me your sources.
right. I want to see some sources.
I don't have them right now.
You're
I don't
fired,
carry
okay.
my sources.
Unless you can give
He's
me
plagiarizing
sources
right now.
Okay, man.
I
If you
need-
really think
I need
that,
sources for an argument, Kyle.
it doesn't matter. I can't show you sources. Right? I didn't come with this. This is not a planned thing, guys.
I just love putting Kyle on the hot seat a little bit, because I wouldn't say that was an easy question that
No, it was
I
not.
threw at you. No, I don't care.
Should.
I do.
I mean,
Care about what?
nobody
Love?
nobody makes a huge deal of a dude's high body count.
That's because there's statistically
are we
no
talking-
chance.
No. It doesn't matter. Like just
Okay, I've lost
plainly
all
speaking.
control of this program. At this
We're,
moment.
yeah, you have.
Like it's become a high body program. Like what the hell are we
Okay.
talking about here?
Next one. Would you carry
a woman's worth
A woman's worth is exactly what it is.
due to the amount of sex partners they had.
No, it has nothing to do with that. My
Then
wife,
that was the question.
my wife, regardless.
that wasn't the
That's one
original
question
question.
you never ask anybody: is how many men have you had sex with? That doesn't matter. All that
Agreed. It
matters
doesn't
is
matter
how
at
she
all.
treats you in life.
Yeah. So if the prostitute treats me well and loves me,
for a minute? Yeah.
But she's being paid. It's false.
but if she is telling me,
Oh, it didn't say that you can't think of that.
Yeah.
These questions are not. You can't in depth. We've done this. We
and I
can't
get
in
mad
depth
every
it.
time.
Yeah. Because I'm like, okay, well, under certain circumstances, yeah, I'd do that. But
I still pick the prostitute one.
But she doesn't.
I don't
love
I
you
don't
for
remember
you.
the other one
I
was.
don't
She
remember.
loves you. It was it wasn't it eat a mouthful of marijuana or
No,
not marijuana.
It was every
poison ivy leaves?
every time you had
Oh,
an orgasm, you had a really
oh, yeah,
nasty
you had to
fart.
fart.
Okay, I would do the prostitute one. Just because it'd be over, the relationship would be over, I wouldn't have to deal with it anymore.
I'd
You-
rather
you-
do fart because
You want to
then
fart
I'm-
every time you orgasm for the rest of your life? Like
Yeah.
a nasty fart.
Like smelly fart.
I
Like
do
almost
that, I
shitting
do that
yourself.
anyway.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, fair. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's you.
Follow your
You do
heart,
you,
bro.
boo.
Hey,
Yeah, you do
I
you,
like
boo
my
boo.
cart. Smells
Exactly.
like bologna sausage.
Would you rather carry a boombox playing Christian metal music on your shoulder everywhere you go?
That one.
I would do that one. Like right now.
Skillet all the way.
Or furiously masturbate over an open casket at a wake.
No, absolutely. The boombox with Christian metal
I'm
because
furiously
like
masturbating off
I knew
the
you
cabin.
would.
you got Under Oath, you got Skillet,
I know.
like you got some. I think Devil Wears Prada too. So like fuck it, that one. Corn. now corn.
I'm still masturbating over a coffin.
Chevelle.
Just because everybody's gonna go. Remember that one guy?
Todd, nobody's gonna forget you. Period. Like from this point on, like you don't have to do crazy stunts like that. You've already done all the crazy stunts.
All right, one more.
One more.
A shot.
Then we're gonna move topics.
Do you want a shot?
No, absolutely
Yes,
not.
I do. He said it. Now we're doing it.
All right, fine. I'll take a half shot though.
Yeah. you got it.
Half shot.
I don't like this whiskey.
Don't you say that on my program, good sir.
You
I'm
like
sorry.
it.
I love it.
You are now banned.
I have.
You're fired.
I love this whiskey because Stockholm syndrome.
That's why people like beer.
You know what, though, ladies and gentlemen? He's not really a whiskey drinker, so
No, he
no.
is.
I am a.
he's a bourbon drinker.
I'm a bourbon drinker, a Scotch drinker. I don't like sweet whiskey.
He's a connoisseur of whiskey.
That is not.
But
a
isn't
half
that kind of
shot.
contradictory? Because
You gave yourself. I'm just taking
a lot of.
Are you sure you want?
That's half a shot, bro. You know what? Plus ultra.
I don't know what you said.
Sorry, it is a My Hero Academia shot, so I just had to throw that in.
Skull.
Cheers, guys.
I went ahead because I didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Oh God.
I think someone
So
just killed
good.
Brandon.
So good.
It was delicious.
Oh. All right.
yeah.
Well,
That's just straight
where
whiskey.
do we go next? Where do we go next?
We were gonna do one more. Pick your poison.
No, we already did that.
No, we didn't do the last one, did we?
No,
We said we were gonna do one more, and then we got to
Oh,
talking.
okay.
So how long does the how long does the recorder roll?
I don't know till we
That's-
decided
that's
to cut it
long.
off.
Yeah, until we.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
We just bullshit.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm just chill with that.
Would you rather have your STD test result become a public record, or never be able to have sex with the same person twice?
Public record.
Public record, easily.
Because, like, honestly,
I would go with public record on that one.
Wouldn't that be nice though?
No,
Like,
no.
I get personal privacy. I do completely understand that, but it would
great.
be
Here
nice.
we go into politics.
No, it just would be nice to be like,
Well, I didn't say
Does
everyone.
this person have an
I think
STD?
if you have an STD, you should have to tell somebody.
Oh yeah, before you have sex with them.
I don't care if
absolutely.
it's- I don't
But
care if
that's
it's
what that
herpes. I
database.
don't care if it's
That's what that public
warts.
record would do. You could just search it if they've had one.
Well, see, that does break into the public privacy.
Exactly, and that is the
But
line. Though
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
as a general human being,
you should definitely,
if
if
you
you
want to
have
be
an
with
STD,
somebody, then you should tell them.
if
that.
you have an STD, tell that shit
Right.
to your partner,
Please.
your sexual partner, before anything
Listen.
happens.
My limbs can't get STDs, so I'm good.
Don't be that fucking selfish.
I don't know if you had a scratch on one. I'm just saying, there are some STDs.
Probably AIDS.
Yes.
Just saying. Michael
All right, last
Johnson
one?
had HIV.
Oh,
and
wait,
he
we just
survived.
did it.
We just did the last one.
I don't remember
Yeah.
these
He
things.
wants to
My
keep
memory is shit. I mean, those are fun.
Your
I don't know.
memory shit. I can't even remember what we were talking about earlier.
That's
at the
'cause you
beginning
got
of the
blown
podcast.
up.
Dude, neither can I. But that's just me.
Well, every
We were
time I got
talking
to
about
listen to
me.
the podcast.
Apparently, you guys
And
weren't
you were
listening.
awesome.
Yeah, clearly you guys weren't listening. It's
well,
fine.
I got to listen to the podcast
fine.
after every week because I'm like, what did we talk about?
We
That's
no
true.
ever asked you, what is your favorite Todd story?
Oh,
What's my favorite Todd story?
Yeah, like Todd experience you've had with Todd. Like your favorite. So this we normally put this. So let's talk.
I wish you would have given me that before I walked
Well,
in.
I'm gonna.
now
I'm-
he's like,
now I
this
gotta,
asshole. I
yeah,
don't
now I
know.
gotta
We're gonna
think.
let you think. We haven't talked about your surgery.
My surgery. Oh, yes.
Said you had surgery. Yes.
Well, see, we weren't making it about me.
We normally delve a little
But
bit
now
into.
we are.
Yeah, exactly. Now we are. We shifted.
Okay.
We tangent.
Okay. Well, no,
Segue.
yeah. I recently had a defibrillator put in, and it's on the left side of my rib cage. It's really bulky. It looks like a freaking head. I mean, look at this thing. I'm not kidding. Look at this.
Oh my god, that is like a tumor.
I know. It looks like a tumor.
What's up?
What's going on, babe? It's only been 45 minutes.
An hour. 1 hour.
My wife's coming in, and she's yelling at me right now.
They can
No.
totally hear you.
Hey, Brittany Beef Curtains, if you're listening to this episode, Michelle says hello. Night, night, bubbies. I love you.
Bye, buddy.
He's opening his mouth and his teeth are showing, and he's trying to play with them. But anyway, had the defibrillator put in. It's basically there to make sure that my heart doesn't stop in the middle of the night.
Why did they have to put it in?
Well, we've already talked about that because I shot myself in the heart in 2016 while going through a tough time, tried to commit suicide. Ended up hitting my valve, and now my valve only works at 26% instead
Oh,
of 64%.
Damn.
So it's a ticking time bomb waiting to collapse.
Is there anything they can do to help it?
No, because with the scar tissue, they said that they can't operate on
About
it. They
a
can't put a stent in it because it won't.
Pig
stretch.
heart?
Huh?
What about a pig heart?
A pig heart?
Yeah.
Well, that would mean a whole.
Or like a heart transplant. That's what I'm saying. Like,
No, I don't.
would you want it?
No,
Okay.
my time's my time.
Even though
Could it be prolonged?
Yeah.
Possibly. Do I deserve it to be prolonged? Possibly not.
Yes.
everybody
No.
deserves.
Well, everybody says yes, but do I deserve it to be prolonged different than other people? Why should I come first over somebody else? That's where I fall into that category. I'm not trying to go too deep with that, but that's where I feel I have lived a full life. I've got to learn everything that I want to learn. I got to see my baby boy be born. Do I want to watch him grow up and be old? Yes. But if it's my time, it's my time. I've lived through a
I need that
suicide.
as a soundbite.
Yeah, absolutely. Mark that. Click it.
But I'm just saying, like, I've lived through a suicide. I've lived through being blown up. I've lived through 2 wars. I've lived through a lot of shit. And I've seen a lot of shit that a lot of people haven't done. I was a crazy man. I've done a lot of shit that a lot of people haven't done. So if it comes down to a heart for someone else compared to me, they're getting that.
Click it again. And then I'll just take the file.
I'll send you the file.
Yeah, if you just send me the file.
Well, I'm
I can
actually
cut- I
getting
can
ready
cut-
to
I can
talk
cut
to
this point.
John O'Leary. And John O'Leary is a man, you might know him since you work with Tony Robbins. He's a man that was burnt over 100% of his body is 9 years old.
I don't think we've ever met him. The name sounds familiar, but
But Jack Buck was a guy who sent him a bunch of baseballs and taught him how to write and stuff. And his mom made him play piano, made him be a man that you want to be a motivational speaker. Well, we see him at Focus all the time because he comes out. And he's always asking me, when are you going to do it? And I'm like, well, so I got to call him.
You should get him on the podcast too.
Oh, I will definitely have him on the podcast.
And seriously about your buddy too.
Adam, no.
Yeah.
I think we talked about it last time he was in town. I definitely think he would do one. I don't think he would ever pass up an opportunity, no matter how small the viewership is. And I think he would love to interview Todd. Honestly, it would be more an interview of Todd than.
And that we'd be okay because we would be able to get the video for that, right?
I mean, we could definitely videotape that one.
Yeah,
that one would be videotaped because then we would have it too.
So it'd be more of an interview of me while I'm interviewing him.
Yeah, it would be like a double interview.
It'd be a double entendre.
Yeah,
would he drink with us?
It would be back and forth. He probably would. I don't.
He would have to. That's the rule.
I think he
No,
definitely
it's
would.
not. Don't you
I think
lie.
I think it would be like that
if
podcast.
he's a recovering alcoholic, then no. Otherwise, you have
No, he drinks. He would probably drink. I think it'd be very interesting to see. Might be. There's a really interesting episode of Tony Robbins' podcast that has curly hair British dude, comedian.
I'm terrible
He does like
in general with everything.
He does the Jeffrey skit on Get Him to the Greek.
Talk about Carrot Top?
Oh, you're talking about the black hair dude?
Black hair.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. He also did a couple of hot ones.
Oh, the English dude.
Yeah.
Russell Brand.
Russell Brand. So Tony Robbins has a podcast with Russell Brand.
Oh, really?
Super interesting podcast.
Yeah.
Super interesting. But like, I feel like it'd be something like that if you and him, because he's like a little bit more philosophical.
I'm very philosophical when I need to be.
I think it'd be an interesting,
but
very interesting
I
conversation.
take the two intakes. You know, I take the party side, and sometimes I can be
Take it
very
and you
intelligent
give it.
if I need to be. But I just like to be me.
Yeah.
I just like to be me.
Boom.
That's our slogan now. When does the fuckery end? I just like to be me.
Actually, that's a really good idea. I like that.
You know, we just hit a
We also need to get a new icon for the podcast because the icon right now is for your stream too. You know,
But
I would eventually say I know you're not using it,
Well,
but I would like one specifically for this podcast.
Videographer, do you know how to create
Graphic
content
designer too.
and design stuff?
He's a graphic designer.
Yeah, no, I do graphic design.
Okay,
I don't. You
so-
would just have to give me a rough idea of what you guys wanted.
Well, it'd be me and Kyle high fiving his cartoons.
So a fat guy and a guy with no legs.
Yeah,
no
jumping
legs.
up and like high fiving, like Rob
A
Dyrdek's-
sad fat dragon next to a half-eaten gingerbread
That's
man.
a lot,
like an
guys.
anime cartoon of me
That's
and
a
Kyle
lot,
jumping
guys.
up and high fiving.
Dude, that's not just a simple logo. That's a full illustration.
Like
Except
a
for-
simple fat dragon and then a gingerbread man without his arms and legs.
No. Me and you high fiving as anime characters, and then at the end, I hit the ground first, and then you fall on me, and it's like ha 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 ha
No, the logo should be a caution sign, a yellow caution sign with Todd stepping on the bomb.
Ooh.
No, because that doesn't introduce Kyle.
I don't. Kyle's not
No,
a
but
big
it's
part of
it's
this.
the logo for the podcast.
Right. The podcast is about me and Kyle and what we do with other people.
Absolutely, but when I'm thinking of like something that catches the eye, something that
I
will
don't
draw
need to be
people
in the logo, man.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't. I don't.
Kyle, you're my second-hand man.
I'm your second-hand man, but
You get fired every episode, but you're.
it's the Larry
Listen,
show,
Stop arguing
and
with
it's
me.
the
Stop
Conan show.
arguing
It's
with
not
me.
the Cohen
Doesn't
and
matter
the
what you
Coast
say,
show. You know,
because I'm gonna do it anyway.
I like his idea.
I can draw one of those up pretty easy. I think that'd be really cool, actually. I think it would work really well for you guys. I think it would definitely fit the brand. It feels a little
Gimmicky?
no, it feels a little
Family oriented.
jackass.
Jackass. Okay, jackass.
You know what
I
I
was gonna say
mean?
family
You
oriented.
know what I mean? They have the skull and the crutches.
Yeah.
Like your thing could be like just a
Gingerbread man on a bomb.
I was not even thinking of gingerbread, like just the black person.
Wait, what?
Like a
Not
silhouette?
like a
Wait a
silhouette,
minute.
like a stick figure, like a black stick figure on yellow
Okay.
on a yellow caution sign.
Kind of
Just
like the mop person.
Yeah, like the mop, like on the mop sign, like
Yeah.
the caution mop sign, exactly like that type.
Okay.
But you
So you're
stepping on a
stepping
bomb,
on-
it's like going off, and you're like this. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I wasn't like this. I was more like this.
Yeah.
Hey, you
see
know,
that.
I think it would be great though.
No, it could
It would
totally
be
work.
Great. Well, like I said, now this is where we plug in our resources.
I know.
I mean, I'll do the first one. Like I said, I'll do
Yeah,
that.
if
that,
you help
that,
us show us how to do it.
that bite you just clicked out. I'll see what we can do because like it shouldn't take too long. I can do it the next week for sure.
Yeah.
And then you'd have stuff to put up for the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, what time is it?
It is
I don't know. It's 8:30.
8:30. It's
Well, I mean, how long have we
1
been
hour
going?
and 9 minutes, 37
1 hour and
seconds.
9 minutes?
And there's probably 30 minutes of filler in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
for sure.
no. This all gets played. We don't have any. It all gets played.
Yep.
Why?
Because
not?
it's awesome. Because it's raw, it's content, and it's just people talking.
I'm gonna do an edit for you guys.
No edits. I don't do edits.
Send it to me later.
Yeah, I think
Fuck
you
you,
guys,
Kyle.
if you just upped the production value a little bit, you guys could have something here, like truly, like something that could become popular with vets, something that could get a lot of, like it'd be really cool to get people just coming back from their deployment on here to talk about their struggles and what they're going through, and then
That's why I
like
wanted him to come out to Focus. Because we could go out to Focus and I could have a conversation with each.
Are there
one of
any
those motherfuckers.
type of like, is that like a trade show or anything for
No,
vets
Focus-
or
No.
I'm a mentor out there.
okay?
And that's one of the organizations that I talk about. Is I wanted to do it last time, but I was just getting my black shirts. So now I'm a mentor out there. But he would be able to come out on like Friday. And what I would like to do is if I could get John Brower to go okay with it, is have you come out and talk to these guys before and then come out and talk to them on Friday.
Okay.
And that would be amazing to film
you could
too. That would
see-
be great film
So you
content.
could see the actual fucking just transformation between these people in 1 week. Now, what they do with it when they go home, we can't really regulate as much. We give them all the tools, we give them all that. We give them an area to go to, but they have to want to do it themselves.
Yeah.
But that would be cool if you could bring some of those people, like you bring them on right before the event that they go through, and then 6 months down the line you check in with them and you have a podcast, and then you can
Oh,
bring
yeah.
you can bring it back around to people who have seen, changed and seen, and like it could be a really cool idea.
I mean, it would be great.
Would be.
Well, I do a lot for John, so maybe he'll throw me a bone.
I'd throw you
I
a
got to
bone.
see him actually October 7th.
But like to
so-
film those first conversations would be really cool, man on the street style. Kyle's just
Well,
interviewing
here's the problem
people.
though, is with this organization, they're very low key about giving out vets information because a lot of vets don't want to do it because they're like, people think I'm crazy. People, you
And
know.
I think that would all depend on the questions you ask, right?
Well, these aren't questions. Well, the questions I ask, yes, that would be on me. But when you go through the program, the questions they ask,
Well, yeah, you wouldn't show any of that. You would just show
Right.
you would just show like them before they're walking in, Kyle standing or you standing there, just interviewing them, just
Right.
you having a casual conversation. That'd be great TikTok content, like conversations with vets. Like that is your niche. You could build an entire brand on conversations with vets.
Actually, I really like that.
I do
actually.
too. Because
And
remember,
then-
I even said that.
And that's why I'm talking about getting you guys filming, because then you have a vet on here, or even you guys do a Zoom call with a vet. That way, you guys can record a Zoom call with some vets from around the country, and then you have video content too if you do Zoom calls. And then you don't have to come here, but you can still
Hey,
professionally
we need
record
to
it.
click that clicker because he's giving away too much information and we haven't copyrighted this shit yet.
That's why you need him to cut shit out.
Nobody
Nope.
that's going to be listening.
Nope, because
lives on-
guess what? If anybody does it, I'll be like, we talked about it first. Listen to my fucking episode.
I mean, there's a lot of things out there like that, but yeah, I mean,
And for the record, today is September 30th,
8:30,
1984.
there's just
2022.
there's just so much that you guys could do with this. and you guys could have a platform to speak out for vets and with vets.
So in 5 years, this would be my goal, because right now we don't have the following. We would have to build this up, because this sounds very time consuming, and I do have a job.
Yes.
And-
Okay.
yeah,
Hey,
absolutely.
hang on. I'm going to cut this off because I feel like this is a conversation we need to have behind the scenes.
Yeah, for sure. But like again, that's why you guys need to cut shit out.
Nope. Cut it out. I'm not.
Kyle, I'm doing an edit of this episode.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're going to run this down. Kyle, tell them where they can get a hold of us.
Well, why don't you tell them first who you support?
No, why don't you tell them first?
Fine, you can get a hold of
I'm
us.
the boss.
At oh man, it's been so long since I've done this. Twitter, when does the fuckery end? Instagram, when does the fuckery end? Fuckery is FKRY, and you can email us at whendoesthefuckeryend@gmail.com. Fuckery again is FKRY, and we have a YouTube page. We don't have anything posted besides the video that we were talking about earlier.
That I did.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's on the YouTube page.
Quit going there.
And then you can get a hold of us. Hey, rate us while you're there on whatever platform you're listening to us.
You want to do that line again?
No. I fucked it up. I'm taking it.
All right,
taking
I'm
it.
into this fucking episode. All right,
Wait.
I want to give a shout out to Warfighters Engaged for helping me out getting myself back into playing video games. I want to give a shout out to tunnelstotowers.org. They are ones that built my home for me. I want to give a shout out to Joshua Chamberlain Society. They help me out every time I need something that needs to be done. And I want to give a shout out to Semper Fi Fund. They also do a lot for veterans, everything else. FocusMarines.org. They are a fucking program that if you know a veteran, please have them go to FocusMarines.org and put in an application for the next session, because it will change their lives. I guarantee it. I've been through it. I've done it. I know how the program works. And also, if I left anybody else out this time, you can hear them on the back slide. But here we go. Thank you all for listening. I love you all. And to those organizations, thank you for helping out veterans, because you're 90% over and giving money back to veterans. And that's what I look for in an organization. So thank you very much. Brandon, thank you for coming.
Absolutely. It's been a
Kyle?
pleasure.
Fuck yourself.
Always do it. Brandon, any last words?
No, I think I'm good. Just keep listening to this thing.
All right,
It's
man.
only going to get better from here.
Y'all
Yep.
have a good night.